If you are looking for the ultimate party dip, I think you're gonna love my jalapeno popper dip. This is so amazing. It's super cheesy, lots of jalapeno, a great crispy topping, and I do make mine a little bit spicy. So I swear everybody's gonna love you for making this. Let me show you how to make it. All right, jalapeno popper dip's very easy to make. It's a lot of mixing and then some baking. So all right, let's get this going. Here I have an 8-ounce package of cream cheese that has been softened. Set that into a good mixing bowl. And I have a half a cup of mayo, and I'm using like a full-fat Duke's mayo, actually. It's one of my favorites, so delicious. But really use your favorite brand. Into the bowl. And I have a half a cup of sour cream. Mexican crema works perfectly for this as well. I love Mexican crema. Delicious. And I have about a cup of shredded cheddar cheese. It's a little bit more than that, actually. And one thing you'll learn about making popper dip is you can really be liberal with the cheeses because you can just mix a lot in there and make it extra cheesy. And I have a half a cup or so, a little bit more, of shredded Parmesan cheese into the bowl. And since we are making a jalapeno popper dip, we have jalapenos. So here I have 4 good-sized jalapenos chopped. And you know, you can really add more or less. I'm doing a lot because I like a lot of jalapeno flavor. Imagine that, Mike loves jalapenos. All right, into the bowl. And I have about 3 good-sized garlic cloves. And really, once again, with garlic, you can add as much or as little as you want to. Garlic is, you know, delicious. And now this is an optional ingredient for you. I would like a little bit of extra heat with mine today. And also because Patty didn't say no. So I'm gonna be adding a habanero pepper to mine. And again, habanero is very hot. Just skip it if you don't want it to be overly hot. And a bit of salt. You might not need a lot of salt because Parm cheese can be a bit salty. And pepper if you'd like. Really to your preference. All right, so let's go ahead and start mixing this together. And this is kind of like a lot of base recipes. I like to add, you know, a few extra ingredients, make it extra creamy, extra cheesy, extra jalapeno-y. But then we're gonna do the seasonings, and that's kind of where mine starts to vary up a little bit. So all right, let me get this mixed. All right, look at that, nice and creamy. So this is gonna be amazing on its own. And salt and pepper is always great, but we're gonna make this even better with some extra seasonings to it. So my preferred blend for this here is I have a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And cayenne's got nice extra blooming heat to it. Complement that delicious habanero in there. And I have a teaspoon of smoked paprika. And I have a teaspoon of granulated onion, or onion powder is good as well. And I have a teaspoon of Mexican oregano. And you can use regular oregano or Italian oregano, but Mexican oregano is outstanding. And a half teaspoon of freshly ground cumin. Yum. And I'm gonna go ahead and mix it together here. And you know, you can use other seasoning blends. You can use something like a Mexican seasoning, taco seasoning, different chili powders, Cajun blend, a Creole blend's even good. But I just love this exact combo with my popper dip. And there's one ingredient that you can also add to this if you want to. A lot of people love to add it, and I do quite often, just not today, is crumbled bacon. So if you want to make like a bacon jalapeno popper dip, I actually have that recipe on the website too. But today I'm skipping the bacon, focusing on the jalapenos themselves and the cheeses. So, all right, got this mixed up, and now let's get it into a baking dish. All right, got myself a baking dish here. This is about an 8 by 10, a couple inches deep. You can use different sizes. It really, it's not that big of a deal. But go ahead and get your cheesy jalapeno-y mixture into your baking dish. Ooh, gonna fill it up. I'm telling you, you bring this to a party, everybody just absolutely loves you. So get this spread out here, get it evenly spread, like so. All right, looking good here, guys. Got everything nicely spread out here. All right, we're gonna set this aside, and now we will get our crunchy topping ready. All right, let's get our crunchy topping ready here. It's real easy, guys. So here I have 4 tablespoons of melted butter. Just add that to a mixing bowl. And I have a cup of panko. And you can use breadcrumbs for this, but I think panko is extra crunchy, and I just love the texture of it. And I have a half cup of shredded Parmesan cheese. And again, this is one of those things you can use a little more if you want to, or a little less. And I have some granulated garlic, about a teaspoon. Garlic powder's fine. You can use fresh garlic if you want to, but I kind of like the texture of the powder here. And go ahead and mix it together. Also salt and pepper if you want. But this parm's a little salty, so I'm totally fine. Get it all mixed together here. And it's not going to be overly wet. It's going to be just slightly crumbly. My topping all set, so let's top the dip here. Spoon it right over the top. Super easy, my friends. Get it nice and evenly spread. If you need to kind of move it around a bit. And here's where you'd put in any kind of last-minute seasonings if you want to. A little bit of extra cayenne maybe, or some extra garlic, or a little extra smoked paprika. All right, look at that. It's looking delicious. Get a nice even spread on it. So when we bake this, all this topping is gonna get nice and crispy and crumbly, and it's gonna add a lot of extra flavor. All right, and don't forget this last step here before you bake is to top it with jalapeno peppers. So I've got some sliced jalapenos, and you can really use as much as you want to. Kind of, go by visual, and a lot of it's gonna be how many jalapenos that you want in this whole thing. So just kind of spread them around and top your delicious popper dip like so. All right, jalapenos, you want popper dip? I'm gonna give you a hopper dip, oh yeah. So all right, now that everything is nice and covered, go ahead and bake this popper dip at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 minutes, and it'll get nice and bubbly and delicious. So, all right, be right back. Oh, look at that. Fresh out of the oven, it's still bubbling, my friends. It smells amazing in here, oh, serious. It's got this beautiful brown, crispy, crusty top that just, it's driving me insane right now. So let's talk about serving, guys. Honestly, this is so good with just some simple tortilla chips, or it's really fantastic on crackers. Everybody's gonna love you to death for this. It's so good. The perfect party appetizer. Hey, if you guys love delicious cheesy appetizers, you gotta try my queso fundido recipe. That is just super fantastic, nice and cheesy. And I will cue that one up. But hey, if you guys make this recipe, make it the way I make it or change it up. I'd love to hear what you think of it, how you changed it up, made it your own. Leave comments below, leave me a like. But I will definitely see you in the kitchen next time. It's Mike from Chili Pepper Madness. And hey, let's give it a taste. Come on, man. Seriously, it's so good. You literally better make 2 batches.